Hey guys, before we start this episode, I wanted to talk to you about Type 1 Lifting. So, Type 1 Lifting is a clothing line that proceeds of the shirts and tanks and everything else goes to the Children's Diabetes Foundation. This all came about with me and seeing a 5-year-old girl in the emergency department that had new onset of diabetes. Just take a look at the website. It's www.type1lifting.com. So just check it out. If you don't buy anything, that's perfectly fine. I would just like for you just to take a look and just see what we have. So, like I said before, www.type1lifting.com. And guys, I hope you enjoy the show. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Liftoff. Thank you for tuning in. I do want to talk about training with your kids, and I have two listener questions to talk about as well. My son is 5 years old, and he's just starting to get the itch to train with dad. Work out with dad downstairs in the basement. A couple things that we do that might help out for training your kids. At a home gym is we do a thing called next station. So it's an EMOM. So what we do is I have a whole program of what I do for like an EMOM, and then he kind of just figures out what he wants to do. So we do a minute of work, and then we have a 10-second break in between the workouts to, for him to figure out what the next station for him would be. It could be the rings, it could be the rower I have, it could also be dumbbells or an elliptical or pretty much anything that he wants to do. So he really likes that and gets a real kick out of it. And he's wants to start to get into Olympic weightlifting and squatting and stuff like that. One thing that I use with him is I played lacrosse for 22 years, and I played defense, so that I have the big long sticks that are like 6 feet long. um, I have him use one of my lacrosse sticks as a bar to do the movements on. So he likes to do snatching. It's kind of weird. It's like a power split snatch, which, back in the day, that's what they did to do the snatch, but now they don't do that anymore. But he gets a kick out of that. He loves that. And he loves, lifting when I lift. And also, I just started getting him into back squatting with the lacrosse stick as well. A couple things I should talk about, training your kid. If they're done training, it doesn't matter if they were down here for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or wherever how long that they are in here. When they're done, they're done. Don't force anything that they don't want to do, because once they don't like doing it, they won't come back downstairs and train with you, and it won't be a good thing. Um, Also, since my son's 5, I don't think he's ready. He has the mechanics, but I don't think he's ready to get to use any weight just yet. So that's why I have him use the lacrosse stick. You could use a broomstick, a PVC pipe, um, mainly for him just to get the movement down, and also always give him high fives, congratulate him, just say, listen, you did an awesome job, especially when I started doing the back squats with him. His form is, obviously he doesn't really know how to do it yet, but it actually was really good. I'm going to post it on Instagram, maybe in a couple days, but super proud of him. I said, hey, nice job, man. You did great. Give him high fives, and, it makes him feel good. And it's super cool to see him actually do that. Those are a couple things that I do with my son. So you may want to, add those into your workout if you want. If you have your kids, training with you, it's completely up to you guys. I love to hear what you guys do with your kids when they train. And yeah, we'll go from there. One of the listener questions out of the two that I do have, um, they asked, is it okay to work out while being a little sick or having high blood sugar? Now, you can, I think you can work out if you're a little sick. If you have like a little bug and it's just like, you're not like throwing up or anything like that, if you just don't feel like a little sniffle, I think it's okay to work out, but you don't have to go hard. The main thing is just move and just get the body, moving and go from there. But you can take days off as well, if you're a little sick. Like one day is not gonna kill your gains, and it's just even a week. I mean, if you take a week off, you're still okay. You're not gonna lose anything that you built up for or however long you trained before that other break. So, also with high blood sugar, I there's been times I've worked out that I've been up in the 300s, which is obviously because the lactic acid built up, hormonal changes and stuff like that with which cause the high blood sugar. I typically don't like training after I go about 300. So anything, some people can even go like, they don't train after 250. I do 300. So if I get anywhere near that, I kind of stop because training with high blood sugar like that is not a good idea. So just taking consideration if whatever so if whenever you have high blood sugar, just kind of gauge on like when you want to stop training and just go from there. Don't use my numbers for you because obviously everyone's different. So just take in consideration what your blood sugars are and how you want to train for that. The next listener question is how to survive the holidays as a diabetic, which is a great one. We recently just had Thanksgiving, and I actually did pretty good. There were a couple of times I was hitting, a little over 200, which is, it happens. But, if you're gonna eat treats during the holidays, just think about moderation. Don't go for like, the double scoop of ice cream, the second serving of, apple pie or whatever you guys are eating or cake or whatnot. Just just be, very cautious on what you're eating. For me, for Thanksgiving, I had some pecan pie, whatever you call it, and a little bit of ice cream, and my sugars were perfectly fine. Um, and I typically have cookies once in a while, which is perfectly fine. Just dose your insulin properly, and just don't go ham. Really not worth it. Is it? Do you think it's really worth it to get a high blood sugar for a piece of dessert that you may feel like crap after you eat it? I don't think so. So just take everything in moderation, and go from there. So um, I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. And the guest tomorrow, boy Eric, he was on the podcast, I think, believe on episode 16, and now he's on episode number 40, which is pretty cool. I can't believe it. I'm at episode 40, which is insane. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a good rest of the week.